Love you, Shan. Maybe Giovanna's here as well. I'll see you in a second. I'll be back now. You. Hey, puppy. Can I get my seat, please? Can I get my seat? Hmm? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Thank you. Thank you, city girl. Indeed. And greetings upon you. You. Especially you. Beloved and holy friend. Thank you so much for joining me again in this moment. On this day. Whew, it's a good one. Mm, yeah. Yeah, feel that. Feel it. It's a good day. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's a good. Okay. Let me say hi to you, friends. Amanda. What a pleasure to see you, friend. So early, even before Shannon and Nana. Fastest Amanda in the West. How are you, Amanda? Good enough. Meds might be working. Went to the gym today. How are you, Amanda? I cannot tell you how excited it makes me to hear the meds might be working. That is exciting in itself. But even more exciting than that is the fact that with the meds working, you went and exercised. You know, in the long term, I believe that's technically what the medicine is supposed to do. It should allow you a certain level of stability, I think is a good word. And then from that stability, you start to build good patterns like exercising. You're doing that, friend. You're inspiring me. Thank you for inspiring us. I appreciate you sharing this space with us. How are the kid? How is the kid? It's just a boy you have, right, Amanda? If you'd be willing to, you can tell us his name. I might have to say it a couple of times before I remember, but if I do, it's gonna be stuck in the fractals somewhere. Somewhere within the fractals. Thank you, Brother Joel, for giving me power. So much power, dude. Suddenly, I get a download from Brother Griffin. You know, just a whole infinity of power he just sent me. Thank you, Brother Bear, for doing that. I appreciate your love. It's even the goo. I've been thinking about you a lot, goo. What have you been doing, What have you been doing in the mind space? Because I'm just like meditating and I'm thinking about goo and I'm like, come on, goo. What you doing, goo? And goo is like, Brother Gob, it's nice to see you, dude. Jovan, Brandon, Shanna, Melton Moore. Jovan, always a pleasure having you here with us. Thank you for finding yourself into space. How are you feeling today, friend? How are you feeling today? Meeper, Moopy, Melpa, Mopa, Mampa, Moopy, Marble Moo. 50% strong reached. Hey friends, how's everyone's day going? My day is going well. I had, one of those days where I didn't really get to do the things I wanted to. I had to do things for other people, but I was happy to. And then after doing things for other people, I got to sit down and do some more things for other people, and then I got to do things for myself. And it felt even better being able to do things for myself after having done things for other people. I feel good. Thank you for asking, Truth. How are you? How are you doing, friend? I believe there's no time like the present. I'll read us something worth saying, just to get us in like a mindset, and then I'll like share today's topic with you, friends. At least the topic that I want to share, something that I had as a emotionally revealing thought, if you will. Once you decide to wake up, you can never again pretend that life is only what you see through the senses. That's a little bit extreme. You're like, I'm waking up. Suddenly, the universe grabbing us by the collar, being like, slapping us in the face. Damn, dude. I didn't sign up. I mean, I guess I did, right? I did exactly sign up for this. Oh, goodness. I think the second one is just as good. All of them are so good. All of them are fantastic. You know what? I'll read a few more. The first one in this little book goes, "Hello, Arpan fam. Hello to you. Thank you, Brother Ryan, for joining us on Arpan too. Spirituality begins when you stop believing you are just this." It is beautiful, though. A hand. What a work of art. So functional. Very cool. Spirituality begins when you stop believing you are just this. You have come to heal your sense of separation from God. How about that? How about that as a thing worth saying? That the reason you're here right now is technically, in and of itself, a separation. But because you have separated, the act of separating means that you're here to reunite. You're here to melt your sense of separation from God by being separate from God, pretending you're separate from God, so that you can stop pretending that you're separate from God. Woo! Woo! Yeah, let's take us on loops. And then this is the one that technically wanted to be read first. Again, once you decide to wake up, you can never again pretend that life is only what you see through the senses. Whew, that one feels good. That one feels good. I think this one feels better. The you that you are can never be lost, merely forgotten or repressed. That one is freaking cool. And this one I've read before. Love is the great healer. Shift from shift from being world observant to being self observant. Yow! So many things we're saying, so many feels so early in the stream. The thing I want to talk about today is art. Art, specifically in the context of the one work of art we have always had access to. All of humanity, technically all of beingness. Any being that existed on planet Earth over the last 1.4 billion years, or for however long we've had some sort of life on planet Earth, has had the exact same reference work of art. And this is me trying to now pull the thoughts I had into tangible words. But I had this moment yesterday, technically the day before yesterday, as the moon was becoming more full, where I was just looking at the moon and seeing all of the splotches, the craters and the shadows within the moon. And I was commenting within myself as to how beautiful the moon is in this moment. And I thought to myself that technically, from a certain level of the observer, I'm looking at a work of art right now. That if I had to make the most beautiful moon that I could make, would I be able to make a more beautiful moon than the moon that we have? And then it finally kind of consolidated into this understanding that throughout all of humanity, literally every single one of us that have existed on this planet, I think it's something like 120 billion. 120 billion human beings, at least modern human beings, have existed on this planet and have looked at the exact same moon. Every single one of us. And not only have we looked at the exact same moon, but the face of the moon doesn't change. As in, it is access locked to its rotation around our planet, which means we only see one face of the moon at all times, and have for all time seen that face of the moon. I don't know if it has shifted a little bit. Maybe I should have done a little bit more research to really have myself sure about today's topic. But it might just be something conceptual where you think to yourself slash experience what it might mean, the fact that we've experienced throughout all of humanity this centralized work of art that is the moon. You know, that is like genuinely this almost like support, right? Like this entity, because we cannot technically see the earth, right? We as humans, we see but this part of the earth that we have around us right now. But the earth as a whole, the whole globe of the earth, is almost like a jewel of creation in and of itself. But all of the humans that have existed on this planet, some of them didn't even believe the earth was around at first, right? So now they never had the ability to almost have like a unified work of art that is outside of them, that everyone has seen on their planet, that everyone will see going forward on the planet, right? And that to me in that moment was the moon. That the moon has been the OG work of art that has been alongside us as humanity. And that on a very real level, if it wasn't for the moon, we probably wouldn't have evolved the way that we did. So we wouldn't be here right now if not for her too. Wow. What do you feel about that? Is it cool? Is it not cool? Is it an interesting thought? Let me know what you think. Let me know what your relationship with the moon is like, maybe. How was the full moon for you yesterday? How was your mental space? How do you wake up? How are you waking up this morning? Are you feeling ready for the day? I felt pretty good waking up this morning, actually. I had a hard time going to sleep initially, but felt pretty good as soon as I was awake. Day has been well. We're cold off, so can't complain, you see. That sounds like good stuff to me, truth. It literally still in bed. As you read that, I'm so sorry. Seems I have a little bit of a snot. I am in fact also a human being. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Please. Please believe it. This is like, why is he trying to convince us he's human? Please believe I'm a human being. I am surely not sent from planet Squamp Squabblumps. Nope. I don't even know what planet Squamp Squabblumps is. No. They're like the Squabbeans people don't live on. No, I mean. Oh, thank you, Maxine. I'm happy to have you here with me, friend. I hope you get to, wake up into the day like with this partially, the energy, and then, go into it even more fully. So much love to you too, friend. The divine expression of my rump is especially smelly today. That has been a Gabi service announcement. Rump? Excuse me again. Rump. Like rump steak? Rump. Or is rump like a body part or something? It's going over my head, Gob. I'm sorry. Stop strunking me, dude. Please. Please, I cannot deal with more strunking. I'm already strunked out to the max, dude. I feel like I'm melted to goo. Like if you told me I took acid today, I'd probably be like, yeah, that sounds right. But I didn't, damn it. I didn't. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling this way? I think I'm feeling this way because I had a meditation session that I usually only do in that way when I did take psychedelics. You know, that moment where you go and lay down and you cover your eyes, and then you just kind of like you're in the space and you're hearing things on the outside and you're experiencing the fact that there's a whole world out there, but you are now here in this calm quietness. I had a meditation session like that, and it kind of felt like I was supposed to be anticipating a trip or something in that moment, and now I feel like I just am tripping. Thank you, friends, for tripping with me. Hey, Uncle Becky is joining us, even Aunt V. What a pleasure seeing you. Been working on the drawing. Where should I throw it when it's finished? We have a art tab or channel or thing on the Haywire Hill, subreddit, or not subreddit, Discord, and we have a Meltmore Discord as well. If you want the fullness of this community, the Haywire Hill subreddit is where it's at. If you want the notifications for, the yoga stuff and the sanghas and all of these streams, then the Meltmore subreddit is. Why do I keep subreddit? Damn it! I cannot words. Please, universe, have mercy. Have mercy. I feel like maybe it's the topic today as well. Like it really is something that fascinates me to a level of deep appreciation. I imagine in the same way that I am looking at the moon, right, as this version of myself. that all other versions of myself has looked at the moon in the exact same way. And we know, like in the same way that you are pushing down on the earth as much as the earth is pushing up on you, the light of myself, right, as the moon shines light on me, that light is being reflected all the way back to the moon, and it creates this feedback loop. So in a way, and this is a little bit woo woo hippie stuff, I know, but in a way, the moon sees me too, But the only difference is the moon has been this entity observing all of us as humanity, just cookalooting, checking us out this whole time, and we're checking her out as well, you know. And I feel, especially these days, we live in a society of a bunch of moon lovers. I don't know why I had to say it like that. It just felt right in the moment. You a bunch of moon lovers, huh? You love yourself some moon? Yeah. I wonder why that is. I wonder if humanity has loved the moon for all of our existence. We definitely have worshipped the moon at some point. Hmm. Curious. I feel like this is the first time I'm doing this ever in my life. I love it. My son started school this week. His name is Oliver. 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 I'll see if I locked it in, Amanda. Thank you for telling me, friend. That's great. I'm happy to hear you were taking care of yourself. I'm absolutely exhausted. Going to the fair yesterday took a lot out of me. I asked as well. Thank you for being willing to do that, Joe. Not Joe. Shan. So much love to you, friend. Like as I was reading your name, I saw you saying Joe. Oh, Shan. Shan, I can only imagine. What was the fair of Shan? Thank you for asking as well. Well said, my friend. So articulate and exquisite. Yes, I am exquisiting all of the melt out. What have you done to me, God? What have you done to me? It was a county fair. Amara loves going every year, especially since she's tall enough to go on most of the rides that she wants to go on now. How freaking cool. Greetings to Melita. I see either a uh like a it was like a roundish thing that initially looked like a windshield to me, and then I thought maybe it's like a little window for a why can't I words right now? Speedometer, meter, indicator, detector, display. Oh, words. Help me, please. Someone, please. Like actually send help right now. I need to I need to be socialized again. Yesterday was a low energy day. Much better today. But that mom last night. What a sight. Am I right? Oh yes, that mom. I'm guessing you're talking about the moon. It was beautiful. Thank you. A lot of us actually went and I looked at her properly. It makes me so happy. Going on a trip soon, but still wanted to share some love here first. Melita, have the most beautiful of times. Send love and receive love. Oh, how awesome. Glad you both went. Thank you for that, Amara. I saw the moon this morning. Definitely gorgeous. I wonder if the moon will come out behind us as we're doing the stream. I was hoping so, actually. That's why I kind of set up in this position today. For I am divided for love's sake, for the chance of union. Yes. Yes, exactly that. Man, I love that one. It was a good time despite the panic I had on the Ferris wheel. Oh, being like slowly going around something and being stuck in a box. I completely feel that. I'm also not a big Ferris wheel fan myself. I wouldn't go on Ferris wheels too high. Exactly, Amanda. I really didn't want to go at all, but Amara was so pumped up for it. I was okay-ish until I got halfway up and I heard creaking and I lost it completely. Yeah, fair, right? Oh goodness. I'm happy that you're on the other side of it, having gone through it. That part makes me happy. Like you're here at the other side of it. I was weirdly enough thinking about that as well. Like I spent a bunch of hours doing something to get it done, right? Like I needed to get something done. And then I got it done and I was like at the end of it and I was like, yes, now I am still me. But all my hands have manifested something. And it felt in a weird way like it wasn't me who did it. And I was like, who was it who just did the thing? And I was like, it was you, but a while ago. And I was like, oh yeah. Am I insane? Damn it, I feel like I'm going insane right now. Why am I having a hard time? Maybe this topic is like really riding me up. I feel like I am experiencing all of humanity's feelings around the moon for all of humanity. At least that's what I'm trying to conjure up in my mind, and it's doing things to me. Oh, hug Shanna, you're a good mom. Yes, she is. Ferret wheels are whack. I mean, just the fact that these Ferris rides, or those little, traveling rides, like the fact that they can fold them up and then take them somewhere else. That's the part that kind of makes me go wobbly go gobby. I woke up early thinking the moon was nature's nightlight. How beautiful is that, actually, Amanda? I didn't feel very good seeing you so concerned because of my panic attack. She held my hand the whole time, though, my little angel, literally there to protect you as well. My sons are dogs. Yes, they are. They're the best people. Absolutely. It's so beautiful today. Absolutely perfect outside. Isaac, make the most of it, that probably. Spend some time outside, just sitting, being like, yes. Do that for me, please, Brother Bear. Be that note in the universe. Spend some time with yourself. Thank you for being willing to spend some time with us. Yeah, I need to slow down a bit, and you will, Melita. How are you feeling bodily wise? I don't know if that's a weird question. Like if you're going to go on this trip, are you going to be hindered in any way or not? The full moon intensifies all the feels. I'm getting straight up intensified right now. Super duper intensified. With that in mind, let's go deeper. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, intensity? I can go more intensity. I'm melt more after all, am I not? The universe is like, don't you get cocky now, Melt. Don't you know? Please, I'm sorry, I'm just joking. I'm being playful. To the moon. All the way to the moon. All the way to the moon. From the first time that we had lighter, heavier than air vehicles to the day we landed on the moon was 66 years apart. 66 years apart from not having vehicles that can fly to landing things on the moon. 66 years. This planet is 4.5 billion years old. It is bonkers how much we've been able to do already, friends. Believe in yourselves. We're going to do a lot more. It is as if our bodies are like computer hardware, and then there's a full moon and our hardware receives a firmware update. Yes, God, maybe that's what's happening right now, And I have this as a topic that I want to talk about today. That's a quote of, if you're not feeling like yourself right now, realize that you are changing. Because change is inevitable, and we get to change and become better and better versions of ourselves. And then sometimes we wake up just feeling not ourselves, right? Realize that when you're not feeling yourself, you're not feeling yourself because you're in that transition stage of changing, of becoming something even more calm than most of the week, for sure. Melita, I'm sending even more of that love to you, friend. I think my patience for having to participate in the machine of society was upgraded. Mine too. Mine too, Brother Bear. How interesting. I didn't really notice it in that way, but I feel mine too. Going to a vineyard today and staying at Grammy's before flying out tomorrow. I'm guessing you're on the honeymoon. On the honeymoon right now, right? Is that Armand van Niekerk saying, yeah, stay humble. Even on the moon, King, I love to you, Armand. I mean, this is what we're doing sometimes, right? Human beings. And then the life is like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? I like to stand in place of both. Me as and then life being like, oh yeah. And I get to play both roles. You get to play both roles too. Thank you, Armand. Armand, I've told you friends about Armand. He's my friend from Zealand. The New Zealand monster himself. Oh yeah, honeymoon, right, Isaac? How exciting. I do believe. I think he's on his honeymoon right now. And how are your crystals? Did you leave them out in the moonlight? Been working on that drawing. Again, truth, thank you. I want to see it, you know. Send it everywhere. Anywhere you can reach me, send it to me, you know. Make sure that I see it. Absolutely. Thank you again, Truth. I'm looking forward to it, friend. Uncle Becky, good morning, Moon Melt. Good morning to you, Uncle Beckers. What a pleasure having you here with us. How's it? Lekker? NMS style? Het is toch eens lekker, mijn vriend. Een nieuwe dag, dude. Wel, onze dag komt tot het einde nu, maar het is nog steeds een nieuwe dag. Het is niet elke lieve ogenblik, after all. Love to you too. Thank you, beloved on beat. The Dark Side of the Moon, favorite album, and love the OG Art Logic. Thank you. I'm happy you enjoy it as well, Truth. How does it feel? Well, it could be a truth. You know, do you think human beings like it's this perspective of what is art as well, right? And when did art originate? How did people understand art in the first place? You know, was art a thing in our prehistoric times? What did they see the moon like? You know, from this perspective of maybe it was a god to them, maybe it was just something beautiful. It fascinates me so much. Thank you, friend, for tuning in with it as well. I need to get my son for an appointment. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Amanda, for taking care of your boy. We'll see you again very soon, friend. Heading on the honeymoon, super excited. Okay, when you mentioned that you were with your grand, or you're gonna stay with your grand, I thought you were already in the fractal, dude. Have an amazing day at the vineyard, though, man. Have I been to a vineyard? Not really. Like, I'm just seeing, you know, these beautiful plants. Isaac walking through them, you know, getting to a kind of little place where they can do wine tasting, cheese eating. Yes, thank you for sharing the fractal, brother Isaac. Rambler and Nanshi and Uncle Becky dropping a Haywire Hill legend. Be legendary today, friends. The world depends on us, literally, friends. The world depends on you. If you're here to hear this, you said it yourself. You, me melt sitting in your room somewhere in infinity right now. Yes, you. It depends on you. Okay, I'm gonna chillax a little bit. Like I feel we can be playful and serious about that as a topic as well, because it really does, friends. You're going to make such a big difference whether you try to or not. So try to make a good difference. What I think is cool when looking at the moon is how many people have looked at the moon throughout time, and I share that experience, all of them. That's literally the topic today, Nanshi. That is exactly what we're talking about. That understanding trips me out, you know. How many beings, how many us's has looked at that moon and been like, whoa, you I trip out. And I feel like all of my humanity, all of the DNA, you know, that got me to this point is in remembrance, in deep remembrance of that energy state now. Ernest! The Ernest himself! Dude, how are you doing? How's the situations going? You know, I've been worried about you, friend. Been worried about your mental state. Let me know how you've been. Bye bye, Amanda. Good morning from me to you. Good afternoon from me to you too. Gateway, thank you for joining us, friend. It's nice to have you. It's Jasmine's Grammy's birthday, and she's watching Scout for us. How beautiful you can, you know, you can skip 2 rocks with 1 throw. Yeah, that was better, isn't it? Congratulations on making it through the fair shadow. I'm just imagining like this mini, almost playful, cartoon-esque celebratory for Shannon after reaching, like winning it. Squalambalumps. Exactly that. I forgot that I knew that our forward operating base was planet Squabalumps. Now I remember. No, forget, Gob. You're not allowed to. We're not allowed to remember. Heading out, sending love and receiving love. You. Like, one of the coolest things about Melita to me is how much she pays attention. You know, like I say things like brr, 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 rapid fire, and then Melita is like pulls out a single divine sentence from all of that rapid fire. She's like, thank you for being willing to receive that love too. I see you, Melita. We all see you. Love you. Have an amazing day. Have the best of times. Go and love yourself as much as you love others. I know you will. I know you will. I like your shirt, dude. Thank you, Blonde Narwhal. It's getting a little bit faded now, but I still like it too. Love to you, friend. Moon is a stone, just like me. I mean, technically, you are mostly water and then a little bit of stone. You know what? On that note, let's get a little bit more stone or something. I don't know. I don't know how to transition from that one. The moon was once part of the earth. How cool is that as well, right? Like, we don't know that necessarily, but it might have been. It might have been like a super massive, meteorite that hit our planet, ripped a piece of it out, reconsolidated into our moon. Our moon is a very divine partner to everything. If you had to go back 4.5 billion years and just erase the moon, you would erase humanity with it. So maybe that's why it trips me out. That not only is the things I'm saying conceptually revealing, but fundamentally, maybe it has some truth, has some value. I don't know. It feels like something though. I feel like the moon misses the earth. I mean, eventually it will reunite, right? Eventually. The embrace of the moon and the earth would be such a beautiful yet destructive work of art as well, huh? Death and destruction everywhere, and yet, from the external perspective, watching this, being like, wow, isn't that pretty? I never thought I would say, "Isn't that pretty?" Imagining the moon absolutely desolate planet Earth. Sorry, Mama Gaia and Mama Moon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for even thinking it. Nebular? I hardly know her from the Dagnam Kanakamas Nebula. Nebular? I hardly know her. Freaking dude. Your friends are killing me. We live in a society, truth. Dude. We live in a society, man. It's not a bad thing always. Sometimes, but not always. I feel you, Shannon. I completely shot, but I made it. Love being an observer of your constant growth. You're a hero. He really is. Javan, the way that Shannon has grown just in a few months, like, we've shared this with one another in part, but I would like to share it almost like as a statement again, that the amount of love and support and encouragement we have for one another in this space rivals, if not decimates, the amount of love, support, and encouragement we've received from our actual family members. You friends have become family to me. Thank you for encouraging growth, Javan. And I feel you, Shannon. You're allowed to rest for now. I'm gonna be wrecked if the time zone changes, especially after going back and forth from early and late mornings. I'll be a caffeinizak. 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 Sounds kind of like a superhero. Oh no! It's a bird! It's a plane! It is Caffeinizak. Would you have super speed? I'm imagining a scenario where you have the ability to touch people and uber caffeinate them as well, making them so anxious that they can't cope properly. Meet your Morps Isaac and you will succeed. You will meet your Morps so hard, vibes the heart, my friend. Ah, you're kind, my friend. Joe Bot is a master meep morper. Oh yes, she is. She's been meep morphing, I think, one of the longest of all of us. When it comes to OGs who have been showing up, Jovan is like the OG, like straight up super powered individual. Stare at the full moon tonight on a beach. Man, Armand is sending me messages in private as well, telling me that he watched the full moon on the beach yesterday. How beautiful is that? I would love to rest Isaac. I'm trying to get that need to get done. Always things that need to get done. Isn't that the truth, Shan? I hope you get to have some, quiet moments throughout getting things done as well today. But more, yes, Armand, as you saw, you're like hijacking. I'm reading three different text walls at the same time. The more will follow you, friends. I love you. Meep your freaking heart out on yours. Armand, Armand. What a spicy individual. Mm. Love is true. Love is so true. Feels like a romantic tragedy to me. So close yet so far. And yet always influencing one another, right? Think about that though, Brother Ryan. They're never separate. If they were separate, they would just be flying out into different spaces of the infinite universe. And yet they are in a dance right now. You know. So close yet so far, but yet always supported to the point where the moon, pulls on our water in a way where it like makes a little oval of water around our planet, and that's our high and low tides, right? And then, of course, the moon being in the Earth's gravity well, spinning around it. Technically, it can still be seen as a beautiful romantic union. You have a kind of, you have a kind face, Mister. The opinion dude. I've seen you before, friend. I haven't heard a compliment like that. A kind face. If I have a kind face, can I look unkind by trying to? Or would I look neutral by trying to look unkind then? These are the real questions that come up in my mind when I hear stuff like that. Beautiful moments of respite during your busy life, my friend. Thank you for that. Time zone changes would be so tricky, Isaac. Daylight savings throws me off so much. I can't imagine having to adjust more than 1 hour. It's brutal. Might morph into a mega meat morpher. I mean, what a mega meat morpher to me is in this moment, Jovan. I think you might actually. You might already be a mini meat morpher. It's just about levels of extreme now. We will wake up like at 6 in Ohio and land in Phoenix around 12. It should be 3. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be quite something to adjust to, dude. You're gonna go forwards in time, right? Yeah, gonna go backwards in time? I'm guessing you're gonna go backwards in time instead of forwards in time, which means you'll lose 3 hours in a way, right? Am I confused? I'm probably am confused. The superpower is super fast, uncomprehension. Ooh, there we go. My superpower is super fast comprehension. Yet I have uncontrollable poops. Like I'm just seeing this version of Brother Wysick now, where instead of Xavier, with his thing, the thing I'm talking about, the head thing, he has the head thing, but it has, instead of just little silver tubes, it has like clear straws that have like black coffee running through them, channeling to his mouth. And he sucks down caffeine, and then he gets to comprehend at like uber fast levels, straight up gets to comprehend the entire, evolutionary process in a few seconds. But he's always on his chair, and it has wheels and things, but he's not paralyzed. He just has to kind of like wheel his toilet with him because he's Caffeine Isaac, uncontrollable poops, but uber comprehension. Sounds like a fair trade-off. I mean, your chair would be pretty lit. You would just have to conceal things from people. I mean, Isaac, I wish you the best luck with that, my friend. Thank you for that. Joe Bot, I feel you are ready for Mega Meep Morph status. Your mission is to transform the bad guys into into baby burbs. Yes. Imagine how cool that would be as a superpower. Some asshole runs at you with a knife. You turn him into a bird. Flies away. It's like, bye bye. Bye bye. I'm now imagining our anime versions of ourselves. Me too, dude. Me too. Like a Meltmore is just the ability. Like for me, one of the powers I've wanted since I was a little kid is the ability to manipulate matter. So Meltmore would fit into that as well, where if I wanted to live destructively, dangerously, I could literally melt the molecules out of my way, you know, on an individual molecule level. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna remove them from each other. Straight up Meltmore. He does what? He's gonna disassemble you. He does what now? He's gonna disassemble you, dude. Don't get close to him. He does what? It's like, what was that? I just disassembled and reassembled you. It's like, please don't. Please don't ever do that again. But you see? Do you see what it means? It's like, no, you were disassembled, and then you ceased. At least this version that you think you are ceased to be. Reassembled you, and you came back. Mm. What does that say about you? Love it, Melty. That's totally Joe Bot's hidden power. Definitely turns her into a little burb. Melt more melts the bad guys into meat more into meat more goop. Yes, you know they still get to be. They still get to be. They're just liquid now. Maybe not even liquid. I feel like primordial fluid or primordial primordial goop is what I'm thinking. So instead of just like inert matter in a pile, almost like this black SpaceX moving, hyper transforming little stars sprinkled in it goo. And then anyone who touches it with an idea of love instantly transform that goo into the manifestation of that love. How about that for extra anime powers? Oh man, I'ma love all of these bad guys so hard. Just I'm ready. Turn them into burbs. Bad guy burb bathers his wing into the strunking, please. Please. Ah. Okay. Yes. I am in fact a very articulate individual who can words good. Yes. To wording goods into goodsing words. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Sick. The speedometer indicator display squampolamps. New technology is amazing. Thank you, Truth. Thank you, Truth, for tuning in with me, friend. The kind I would like to punch. You got me, opinion, dude. You can try, friend. I've been training like a warrior for years now. I'll rip you apart, dude. Out of love, of course. I'll probably let you hit me once, and then I'll look at you, and I'll be like, you can try to do what you just did again, but the consequences will be different next time. I'll look at you with that exact face, and then you'll get to reconsider your entire life and the choices therein, and you get to pick between two realities of instant oblivion or infinite life. That is the meaning behind the name Meltmore. Man in the UK, dude, there's a lot. I'm happy to kind of be playfully sharing today this anime-esque, idea that we're sharing amongst our friends, where Meltmore is this force so powerful, so unstoppable that literal molecules will give way, melt away for it to pass. It also came from this beautiful understanding I've had with when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, what happens? It melts. That's literally the only thing that can happen. It means relax. It means duality, as in two sides of infinity. It's the butterfly. Melt more, the two M's attached to itself becomes an infinity symbol. It is a, sand hourglass representing the time that I'm spending in doing this. It is the masculine and the feminine. It is samadhi, melting away what ego is and becoming one with what always was you. Meltmore means a lot of things to me, friend. What does Meltmore mean to you, the man of UK? Any more of that attitude, nature will take you to the moon and leave you there. I mean, that would be a cool experience, though. You know, even if even if nature, with me saying some, little bit boisterous, this is boisterous stuff. If it did take me and put me on the moon, I'd probably be like, I'm suffocating, but this is beautiful. Oh well. You're laughing at that. That's not funny, dude. That's laughs more. Come on, no, have some respect, bro. Suffocation is brutal. Or maybe that's why he was laughing at me. He was like, "Yeah, right, Mel." Oh, yes, you freaking clever guy. Hey, Joy Beams joining us as well. What a pleasure to see you, friend. How are you doing? 444 watching. I've got to see the number 444 three times already today, then. That was the third time, Maxine. Thank you, friend. Sup to you, it's Charge. Sup to you, friend. I'm having a good time talking about the art of ourselves. I think coming from the art of the moon. For all of us. Maxine, I bet you don't even punch that hard. I would like to see him try, Uncle Becky. Unironically, dude, I probably like, and that's the thing. I would actually take the first hit, from this perspective of, okay, this is what you think you want, and then I'll make it clear to him that this is not what I want, and that if he's gonna continue, he's gonna make me do something that I don't want, and none of us want that. None of us. None of us want that. Oh goodness, I haven't been in a fight. Not really. Not since I became who I am right now. I hope I never have to. I'm stronger now than I've ever been in my life, but I'm not getting strong in order to be stronger than someone else. I'm just getting strong to be strong. Melty, I was finally able to achieve doing 3 rounds of breathwork yesterday. With each additional round I add, the more trip like it gets. Oh yes. Like for me, at the third round, it's basically like a transcendental DMT experience. Does anyone awkwardly walk by you while you're making these videos? Occasionally. It happens occasionally. Sometimes it's family members, but not too many strangers just yet. We'll do that too, though. Give yourself a break assembling your sentences. Thank you, God. Please, oh, please, my brain. I'm like having a hard time just assembling normal sentences. Can I be like that one show, Bobo? Bobo, Bobo, Bobo? I'm unfamiliar. Me too. It's a jacked guy with a blonde afro, and he controls his nose and armpit hairs like Doc Ock. There are little people living in his nostrils that will get frustrated and shut them off, but by essentially controlling hair like whips. That's some cursed. That's very cursed. So cursed, Isaac. What the hell? My goodness. My badness, Gob. Like, oh goodness. No, no, please. I mean, I got to watch that. Is it Murphy? Murphy something? I forgot his full name. I actually forgot his full name. Something Murphy. But there was this movie where he was this alien, and the alien species like shot this little rock at our planet, hoping it will fall in our ocean so they can suck our water out of our planet. And then they sent like this android that has this whole team full of small little humans in it. That's the closest thing that I can come to that as an example. It was pretty lit. I'll post a clip in Discord. Thank you. Thank you. Share the horrors of humanity. I love that so much. That's beautiful, dude. Like the beauty of human beings. Eddie Murphy. There we go. Neat Dave was the movie. Thank you, Isaac. I'm happy that I could share one of those fractals. Like I've forgotten about that movie completely until you mentioned all of those words, dude. Dan is joining us as well. Love to you, Brother Bay. Thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you here, Brother Dan. Sucker Witch, Septile. Thank you for joining us. Hungry Fox. Hi to you. All the way from South Africa to Canada. The moon is Earth's baby. Yes, it is. It might be. It might be Earth's baby it might be a child of the earth in the way that the universe impregnated the earth with a meteorite. Why? How does the moon cut its hair? It eclipse it. Eclipse it. Oh, your friends are cracking me up. Love myself a dad joke. It's beautiful. But thank you so much. Good day, friends. Rambler, thank you for saying love. Hey, even Heather. I loves you, miss your fun. Mr. Estian and our Meltmore friends. Love to you too. Thank you for joining us. Heather, how are you doing, friend? Meltmore has the ability to separate atoms. Nukes are nothing compared to the primordial goop. Mm. Yes, we just fling goop at the nukes, dude. Fling goop, turn them into poop. All of your nukes will get the absolute scoop. Throw it into trash. Actually, that might be a little bit rash. Turn them into nuclear fuel cells and let us go a little bit more nuclear. We don't have to go full nuclear, but nuclear is pretty good. We just don't have a way to properly deal with the waste still. Actually, that might be a lie. We know how to make nuclear batteries now. We can make that with nuclear waste. So technically, we know how to do that too now. Brother Paul, I saluteth thee. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing, friend? How's the doggos? How's your significant other? Hello, Beans. And my favorite uncle is here as well, Uncle B. Thank you, Heather, for joining me, friend. It's really nice to see you here. Neatmore. Meltmore is an elder god that can create realms of personal purgatory. Every one of us are that. Every single one of us are that. I do believe that truth. I believe we are actively creating hell or heaven on earth within ourselves. And the only thing, or let me say it, or the primary thing that psychedelics have shown me is how I can put myself in hell here if I wanted to. In the same capacity, I can choose to put myself in heaven here if I wanted to. And now it's just about getting good at that. Meld, what's your opinion on the Antwoord? My opinion on the Antwoord is that they are catering to a certain experience. Gates of Paradise, Koan. I'm not sure exactly what that one means, but thank you for asking, Gateway Process. Like the Antwoord, they kind of like sell their music with like the shock slash horror slash of their content. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. No, friend. Please, thank you for asking. This is what this space is about. It's not something, I mean, it's an expression. It's an expression, and I would like to meet the people behind that expression to see what the person is like. Because you don't necessarily get to see the person when you're portraying a certain expression. And the expressions that are portrayed can be a little bit concerning. I feel is a way to say it. Gates of Paradise Koan is about creating heaven or hell. Oh, I don't think I've heard it said in that way before, but I think I might have heard like Sadhguru. Was it Sadhguru? Talking about it as well. But this is an understanding we've held as human beings for a long time. I feel the nice thing about psychedelics is it gives you so much information that you get to almost tangibly see how your thoughts influence reality. Might be internal reality, but it very much is external reality as well. Thank you, Gateway Process, for asking, friend. Choosing to share it in this moment. May we meet more, merely many moons more. That one I did like. God, that one was nice. No strunking in that one. That girl's hair is always so interesting. I'm so confused. That girl's hair. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shanna. I was like, did I speak about any girls? I don't really talk about girls. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Yulandi, yes. Her name is Yulandi. She does have pretty interesting hair usually. Everything that they do is pretty interesting. You know, the whole shtick is quite an experience. But unfortunately, it comes with the caveat of people assuming that that is how South Africans are. Birds are laughing. It's mocking. Bird. It's not. But it was funny though. It was beautiful. Thank you. I was just like tuning into the noise of the universe as well in that moment. MDMAC joining us as well, saying, "I'm at work and I can't stay, but have a blessed day and keep being that ray of sunshine." I will if you do too. Thank you, friend, for joining me. I just watched a trailer for Meet Dave, and now I want to watch the movie. Goo, kind of worth, dude. Like, I mean, I watched it as like a 9 year old, so my 9 year old opinion of it was like, this movie is lit, but it's pretty good, dude. I mean, it's well done, and it's kind of satirical. It kind of goes into morality questions as well. It makes you question some things. Man, the movies I got to watch as a kid, I watched Meet Dave on like 3 channel TV. I don't know if you have that in America, but in South Africa, every house has like a TV connection, and you have to pay a TV license, which means if you have a television without it being connected to something, if you have a television, you have to pay for a license to have that television. And then with that license, you get access to basic cable, I believe they call it. That was like 4 channels. Uh, ABC 1, 2, and 3, and then like E, which was like a movie channel. And I watched Meet Dave as a 9 year old on one of those movie channels. It was like a movie that came up, and I was like sitting down in front of the TV when it came up, and then I happened to watch it, and I was like, "What the hell? This box in the room now with me is manifesting a reality that is so far beyond what I thought was our reality, right? Like, I'm in this world. I'm this kid living in a weird little house, with a family, and now I'm seeing a reality where there are smaller aliens living in a larger body, having sent something to our Earth to extract our resources." And I was like, "What if, what if there's more than what I've been told?" Eddie Murphy, that's the one. Just brought back some crazy memories. You're very welcome, Truth. Your fractal is there right now. Don't have the energy. Me too, sometimes, friend. But we're the ones that make the energy. It's not something that we need to have. Love you, friend. Thank you for the power. I appreciate that. Harley, Bethany. Yo! Fractal secured in my brain. Sorry, Melt. I really don't know anything about them except Yolandi's hair. Like, when I think about the Antwoord, there's this video they have where the daughter Yolandi feeds her parents like a lethal amount of sleeping pills, and then sneaks out of her home, going out with this dude who has like extreme vulgarity all over his car, and he's like a character. And then he takes her to this party, and then he takes her to this room and wants to sleep with her, and then she doesn't want that, and then she locks herself in a room because he dosed her with LSD. Like, I was like, like, there's so many levels of no, 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 no red flag, no more red flags, no, so many red flags, please, all of the red flags. And like, now that's like the fractal that's in my mind when I think about the Oddwood. That's what signs did to me when I was young. What signs? Signs? What signs? That's what science did. Science? I'm so confused, dude. Like, so this is the way I'm interpreting it. One of them is science is a thing that did that for Brother Isaac. Then the second interpretation is signs is the things that he received from the universe that makes him think that interpretation. Yeah, I was also thinking the movie signs. The movie signs. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And that makes me a little bit. I haven't seen the movie Signs, unfortunately. They are problematic to say the least. Cool concept in art, though. Yeah, that's the thing. Mm, M Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Shyamalan. Oh, Blue Spirit. Interesting. I'm happy that you're appreciating it, friend. Tech Titus here too. Love to you. Thank you for joining us. The movie science. I just wanted to be a part of this. Thank you, friends. I didn't think I've seen it at all, so I didn't even know that there was a thing like that. Thank you for sharing with me. My mama is home from hospital this morning. Fantastic to hear that. It's a thankful time. I could not be more appreciative of this minute, this moment, this second for this family time. Spend as much of it as we can. Thank you, Heather, for spending it with your family. Glad she's okay. Dry is joining us as well. Jovan, thank you for the love, friend. Max saying, I'm sorry I walked out for the room for a sec. Did you just say you had to buy a license to watch your own? Yeah, yeah, that's how it works here in South Africa. Batman is joining us as well. Batman! He is Batman, the Batman. It's nice to see you, dude. How are you doing? Yeah, it's weird, Maxine. And then we have like DSTFIA as well, which you have to have like a shuttle outside of your home, and then that shuttle points to the sky, to satellites or something, and then you get more channels as well. But that's also a whole thing. It's more expensive to get satellite TV than it is to have internet in South Africa. So internet has completely murdered the TV industry already, especially so here in South Africa. Oh, dude, you'd love it. Signs. I think I need to go and watch it now, dude. I think I'll have to. Gateway just got me giggling. The movie signs our new chat. The movie signs. The movie signs. The movie signs. People are like, what the fuck are these weirdos talking about? And then they go and search the movie signs, and they're like, oh, it's actually a movie. And then they watch the movie, and then their life is completely changed. And the next day, they're in the same group. The movie signs. The movie signs. Everybody is like, yes, the movie. Oh, memory overload, four channel basic cable. Man, what a trip. Hi, Heather. Like, as I told you, South Africa has been 20 years behind America for a long time. So, like, I, I grew up with some weird stuff that is wild, melting. I feel like I'm confused today or something. Like I'm having a hard time. I'm just in this moment, and then there's nothing. There's no memory. I'm like either completely monkey minded right now, Jovan, or I'm completely here. I don't feel like I'm anywhere else. Like I'm not thinking anything even. It's kind of nice. The flying alligator. Yo, it's been months, friend. How nice to have you here in this moment. I'm great. How are you? Fantastic. Doing so well. Life is beautiful, and I'm grateful to be living it. I'm grateful to be living it with friends as you, such as yourself, to not be living this life alone. Like that's the thing. That life is beautiful to live, and that you have to live your life for yourself. You have to eat food for yourself, you have to drink water for yourself, you have to exercise for yourself, you have to sleep for yourself. But we do all of those things so that we can do it together, so that we can do it with one another. I know. And here you are in this moment, like you've never been anywhere else, the flying alligator. Just tuned in. How are you? How are you doing? How's life treating you? How have you been treating yourself? It's a good question to ask as well. Why is SA so far behind the US, do you think? Because I don't know if you've heard the term, but it's like technology dumping, they call it. So developed countries figure out how to do things technologically in a certain way, and then they transition into the next level of technology, and then all of the excess manufacturing as it scales down that manufacturing gets sold to lower countries, and then those countries get the technology, and it trickles down, right? So that's why technological evolution is eventually going to lift the entire world out of poverty, out of suffering. It's just going to take some time, and it's accelerating, fortunately. You know, for example, Africa still has a lot of places without connectivity to the internet, and that's because we have gone through like telephone pole internet to fiber line internet to now we're going to satellite internet. So in places in South Africa, we never even had, you know, normal dial-up ADSL internet. We just went straight to fiber. Or it was like technically telephone lines, then like I think it's ADSL, so like little shuttles that point to towers. And then when fiber came around, people that never even had copper installed to their houses had fiber installed to their houses for the first time, which is the technology kind of leapfrogging. You know, like we can skip whole generations of technology and leapfrog to the next. And now Africa, instead of having to have fiber installed, are going to leapfrog to satellite internet. I've shared this with some of your friends before as well, but I believe one of my duties, one of the things I need to be doing in Africa is to help Africa get connectivity. So as this space grows, as the finances in this space grow, as the mobility of this space grows, one of the things I want to do is venture into Africa, and wherever I go, give them connectivity. You know, literally dropping Starlink satellites next to me or with me as I'm traveling through Africa, giving people internet access, you know, and doing it in a way where you do it for them with battery packages, with solar. So they have internet then. It's nothing can take it away from them as long as they keep it in the sun. Ah, man, connectivity is how we help this world. People need to be educated, people need access to information. Nobody is less than we are. Nobody is stupid. We're gonna see cool stuff in our world. Our cable, they make us rent a set top box. This is $11 a month, and then lower on the bill fee. $3 usage for the box we rent. Yeah, it's like, yeah, because you're using the box that you're renting from us, we're gonna charge you for that. Excuse me? Yeah, so you see, like you're using the thing you're renting, which is unaccounted for. Like when you rent it, you're technically not supposed to use it. What is what the hell? Heather, man, people will do anything just to like extract a little bit more. You live for yourself, but life is better if you share it. Absolutely, the flying alligator. And it's beautiful to be sharing it with beautiful people like you. Every single one of us. Oh, dude, you'd love it. Gateway Bros is gonna be giggling. Isaac, monkey minded in this melted moment. And the letter of the day is. Oh, thank you, Jovan. Yeah, all of the M's, all of the infinities at the same time. I've had a great morning, feeling high on my own mind. I don't know what I did differently, but I'm happy for it. You got the new software package, you know? All of us that stared at the moon last night projected our consciousness onto that moon as a collective. And then from that collective distributed consciousness to the moon, it got distributed back to us. So all of us are upgrading, evolving into our DNA helix, becoming even more of ourselves. I am on the Camino of Santiago, man. I am on the Camino of Santiago, man. I don't know what those words mean. This is like Texas. This is like taxes to ride your car. Yeah, you have to have insurance as well, right? Man, this sounds like it sucks. You never had or paid for cable. I'd rather have internet, Netflix, and Hulu. 100%. 100%. Like us too. Like we never got satellite internet, fortunately. The only place that I ever had access to satellite internet was at my dad's workplaces. Like they had satellite internet, but we kind of went for internet since I was like a 6-year old. Yeah, I had access to the internet before I was supposed to have access to the internet. Definitely. And I am the person I am regardless of the fact. I felt like it helped me see parts of humanity in a way that I didn't know I was able to. It's quite an experience. Oh, love you, Batman. Thank you for the love, friend. How nice of you. Mad Batman. Everyone loves Mad Batman. Oh, yes. Mad Batman is, after all, the best. He's this reality's version of Batman. Everyone really concentrate on sending the vibe. Okay, that's weird. I saw a long stick with a board on it. And I was like, that's curious. And I came closer to it. And then on the board, there was two words and then three words underneath each other. And then it said, love you and you too. Thank you for the vibes. I appreciate it, Gateway Process. Leader of the day, Joe, Joe Bobo Bizzle Bobble. What the I was wearing glasses and on some monkeys staring at it, and the way the light was hitting my lenses, it made this soft rainbow ring of white light around the moon. Dude, I got to see something kind of similar with fog that was like floating pretty high, a white ring in the same way, and I was like, bruh. Dude, the fact that you got to see that through your glasses is even cooler. Your body augmentations that allows you to see reality differently. We're already the cyborgs, friends. What we're doing right now, this is cyborg behavior. We're having a conversation thousands of miles separated. You freaking cyborg, you. Talking about the coolest of cyborgs, we have the Ninja Nanner. Literally a ninja that chops nanners into 420 little pieces. Imagine how fast you must be. Throw a banana in the air. Whoosh, that banana sliced into 420, exactly 420 individual slices. And then it falls in like a beautifully arranged little mosaic. Little slices kind of slid off one another. Am I doing too much? Maybe. I'm enjoying myself though. Devils, air raid horn, air raid siren. I can hear it too. I can still hear behind yell. I can still hear the sounds of dial-up internet. Dial-up internet sounds like the demons living in the internet, getting melted or something. I can still hear the being yell. All because of our user phone. Mom, get off the phone! I'm downloading an image. I never had that, unfortunately. Bye, friends. Have a good Friday. Take care of yourselves. Yes, Corey, the ear ringing, grinding sound. Love you, Heather. Thank you for sharing some space with us, friend. If you want to torture someone, playing that sound for a few hours would be a good start. Like the fact that one day we'll get to tell our kids that that's a thing, that did you know that the internet used to make sounds when you used it? It literally screamed itself into existence. And we're like, yeah, dad, drink your medication, please. Like, eat your CBD gummies, dad. I once used half a frozen banana to smoke weed. That's fucking beautiful. Of course you did. I once used a carrot. You know, I I took a drill with a long bit, and then I drilled as deep as I could get in the carrot, and then I hold it out the top, and then I broke off the other piece. Oh my! I was 19, and I came back home with the first weed I'd ever bought, and I had no means of smoking it, so I made myself a carrot pipe. I'm happy that you used a frozen banana. That must have been, in a way, easier and more difficult, right? You probably like had a half life. You had to keep refreezing it, probably. Also, also have done this, but it was fresh and it tasted damn good. There we go. This man wasn't even wasteful. After using his banana pipe, he in fact ate it too. I've also done this fresh. That tastes good. Dial up tone to my alarm clock for sure, man. I would kind of be almost like picturesque, calls yourself Joe Bot as you're dialing up back into your body, right? Like downloading consciousness back into your physical machine, your physical robot. Getting woken up by dial-up sounds, that would be so freaking funny. I see it as a skit almost, Jovan. Maybe we can like introduce you like that on our show one day when we have Jovan as one of our characters that we're going to fall into her infinity with. That's the way that she wakes up, getting dialed up. Man, like, can you see it? You can see it. I love it so much. Those demon sounds need to be on my animation. There we go. How could you? How could you put them in your animation? That's the real question. A carrot, a carrot. Unfortunately, it kind of broke as well. Like it snapped a little bit, but I just kind of kept it together so that it wasn't too much air leakage. I used the apple a couple of times. I've used an apple once. An apple I think is the best because it has like almost a natural bowl formation. Apple and pineapple. I haven't done pineapple before. I think a pear also. Tastes great after all, so eat the evidence, make sure nobody sees. I also remember when I got my first cell phone, I would hear a noise on my computer before I would get a call. Oh yeah, dude, when you would like there would be like interference on your speakers, like the old technology speakers. Yeah, technology spidey sense. You would be like, there's a disturbance in the forest. Someone is gonna call me, and then blah, your phone starts ringing. So nice to see you, man. So nice to see you too, friend. Thank you for sharing some time with us today. Oh boy, Grandpappy Gabby is talking about Planet Schwamp Schwampalams and Meep Morps again. It's like, dude. Yeah, Granddad. I know we're supposed to, listen to Meltmore and stuff, but these new, try to the VR girls are way too appealing, Grandpappy. And your Grandpappy is like, I understand, my youngins. I understand, but the three titty anime goth girlfriends won't. I'm sorry. You can see the reality I'm seeing, right? Like we're probably gonna deal with some crazy kids, yeah. Like imagine the world that they're going to be living in. Oh, shame. Not maybe not shame. I mean, like I believe we get to be the perfect version of ourselves, as this version of ourselves, where we get to be completely separate as human beings almost for a while, and then we get to tune into what unity means, where we get to experience the full duality of that transition. And we're going to experience, I think, even more gratitude because of that transition, where our kids or the kids of their kids might just initially transition into infinity. They won't necessarily get to have the full duality. And I think about that a lot where, I consider that maybe I'll only want my kids to have access to that much information maybe when they're 18. So maybe even 21. Grow up to be the person you want to be, experience the things you need to experience, eat mushrooms before you get a brain computer interface, because like that's gonna be the thing that our kids ask of us. Think about that. They're not gonna ask for cell phones. They're gonna ask for brain computer interfaces. That's a whole trip in and of itself. That's such a trip. Morbs. Uh, Pineapple and pear sounds amazing. The pineapple one especially. Like, I don't know if you friends know, but pineapple leaves produce trichomes. That you can, if you go and check out a pineapple, the bottom of its leaf right now, you'll see there's a white powder. That white powder is literally trichomes in the same way that it grows on or I won't say psychedelics, on THC producing cannabis, the little THC trichomes as well. It was so good, especially when it's cold. It sounds amazing. Melty, the water magic is working, by the way. The pain is way less than it was. Trying to store up my strength to do another stream. My friend, take as much time as you need. Make sure to do like heed yourself first, right? Like you shouldn't be feeling like, this is something that I need to be doing. It should be like, I feel good. I feel strong. I have the energy to do this. And then from that place, right? Like really tuning into your muse that way. Rest as much as you need to. Maxine, we know. We know that you're actively working on it in your mind, even if you mightn't be working it with your hands. Thank you for taking care of your body. I love Maxine! Some water magic for you too. Mm, that was kind of odd. Almost felt like there was something solid in my water. Bring on the cyborg man. I'll be an early adopter. I feel this space is going to be a part animator. Joy I feel like this space is going to be some of the most influential people in the universe, or at least, you know what? Actually, in the universe, especially when it comes to what we're going to help humanity do, what we're going to help ourselves do as humanity. Not even Grandpappy could resist the VR. Big Tritty. Gothical. Tritties, dude. You are too clever, Truth. You are too clever, dude. Tritties. Tritties. You know, I can't even believe how much I love you, friends. Like stuff like that, dude. You know, like we're talking about all of these spiritual concepts, you know, living good lives, and then we can talk about Tritty the goth girlfriends. What the hell is like is this face even? So much infinity. Thank you, Truth. Thank you so much, friend. I'm off to nap. Have a good one, Batman. Thank you for joining us, friend. Sleep tight. Gets a brain computer implant, goes to grocery store, starts listing off prices like a person speaking in tongues. Are you okay, sir? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just running through my grocery list. Hey, Auntie, Gator Fred, love to you again, Aunt V. Whoa, that giant bird back there. Oh, you're seeing him. Isn't he cool? This dude is just like chilling. Chilling. Like that's like his vantage point on the little sprayer nozzle. And then he just like waits for a bug. Swoops down and consumes it. Thank you, Jovan. I'm happy that you get to see that. I thought that you would love it. Like I wish I could show you more up close what he looks like. He's beautifully blue. And he has like pink neck feathers and the inside of his wings are even more gorgeous. Glasses. Oof. I lit my hair on fire smoking from an apple, and then the girl's parents came home. It was a bumpy time from that first hit. Dude, especially after burning your hair. The only time that I've ever burned my hair was with this coconut bong. So you would press the coconut against your face, and then the bong was like here. And like my hair was like very puffy at that point because it was a little bit shorter and it was like up in this vicinity. So I lit it here, and like the girl I was with at that point, every single time I would go to light it, she would she would hold my hair back, and it became like a pattern. You know, like the third time around, and I went to take the bong hit, she didn't hold my hair back, and I lit my hair on fire. And the amount of embarrassment in my soul, dude, I died inside. So I can only imagine then having her, this friend of yours, or it was bumpy time. Then the girls, yeah, and then the girls' parents come back. So now on top of that whole experience you had, you have to deal with parents. Stop, drop, and roll, Isaac. I literally singe my ends about 2 to 3 times a week. And your hair is still so gorgeous, dude. I'm still waiting for that tech, dude. That like super hair tech. I don't know if you saw that Bigfoot movie. You know, like you get injected and suddenly you have like an actual lion's mane, dude. It's coming. It's coming for all of us. I'm probably gonna be okay with biohacking my body as well in the future. You know, might not be for everyone, but this is the age that we live in. It's kind of my perspective, you know. Of all of the other human beings that have existed before us, none of them had access to brain computer interfaces or, you know, gene modification. And now I get to be a version of myself that lives in a world where there are brain computer interfaces and gene modification. So I can tell myself that I'm separate, you know, oh no, I am a pure human and because I'm a pure human, I am so and so, you know? Like this is me and you are that. Yes. No, there is no separation and nothing, no matter how wacky we get, even if we completely transition into being complete cyborgs as humanity, you'll still be you. You'll still be this conscious awareness. The things you'll be conscious of and aware of might be different, surely. It always has been. The things you're aware of now is vastly different to the things that you were aware of as a 7 year old, right? Doesn't make the 7 year old's experience any less valid than it makes yours, any less valid than it makes the experience of being a cyborg. Still gonna be you experiencing all of it. So, what are you scared of? What can we be scared of other than fear, other than believing that we're going to be separate from ourselves on a Google trip right now? Yes. Get deep into it. I gotta know too, Max Beans. Wait, second. What species of birds is it? It's almost like a kingfisher, but it's a bigger version of a kingfisher. Like if you search bird that looks like a kingfisher in South Africa, you'll probably find it. Beautiful pink belly, and then mostly blue on the rest of its body. Light blue on its head, darker blue on its back feathers. It's gorgeous. I want to be like, "Whoop." Maybe I can like do this. I might get a little bit closer, but I don't know if the light is going to be great. Look, this is wide. We just went for a hunt. Oh, sorry. You just hunted for something there. Looks back. We will see you. Eventually, our cameras are probably going to be so good where it's just going to be like crystal clear all the way up close to him. Such a curious little dude. And then, man, it's too dark. And there's another one. Where is he? Oh man, he's gone already. Went and landed right there. Yeah, camera tech will keep getting better. I wish I could show you friends what I'm seeing with my eyeballs. Actually, I wish I could see better with my eyeballs, to be completely truthful. That's the best I could do. Mm. Oh, they are so round. They are pretty round. They eat bugs mostly. You like usually see them swoop down and eat some bugs. My hair is fairly large organism at this point. It is. It's beautiful, dude. Steals my food. It's like the Venom movie, but just on my your like your hair is definitely a point of deep what's the word I'm looking for? Like admiration. That's the one for me, brother Bear. What else wants to learn? Who else wants to learn Afrikaans? Afrikaans is nie 'n baie populêre taal nie. Gateway proses, hack, hackwegproses, hackwegproses. My hackwegproses. Afrikaans is nie 'n baie populêre taal nie. So selfs al leer jy hoe om dit te praat, gaan daar so min mense wees om dit actually mee te praat. Ek sal eerder dat jy leer om Engels te praat, rarig. Engels is nogals reël populêr in vergelyking met Afrikaans. I was just basically saying hackwegproses, gateway process, that it's not a very popular language. I think there's only like 9 people, 11 people in the entire world that speaks Afrikaans. So if you learn to speak Afrikaans, you might not ever get the ability of the honor of using it. All the eyes of the little baby, such a popular bird. His friends will never believe him. He was like, dude, I had an audience. So, like, people were seeing me from all over the world. It's like, nah, dude, it's not possible, man. People can't see you from all over the world. You're only on one place of the world, and it's like, bro, I'm serious, dude. I don't know how to explain it, bro, but like, there were other people there. All right, I'm heading out. Mwah! Love to you, Isaac. Have an amazing one, brother Bear. Bye bye, Isaac. So much love to you. I learned Russian last year. I'm up for the challenge. Russian. I mean, if not, why not? Gateway process. It would be good for your brain. You know, a good old neuroplasticity practicer. species of bird is it? I don't know, unfortunately. Gotta know too, Max Beans. Birdalicious. The first time I actually got high from weed, it was freshman and with a friend of mine. He made me laugh so hard I literally peed my pants. That sounds like a beautiful time though, Maxine. You know, like you actually get to laugh to the point of like losing bodily control almost, like melting, straight up melting. Melting your ability to control. The first time smoking weed was in my first time smoking weed was in the seventh grade. Spent a long time jumping in a trampoline. Like that, yo, that's too real, dude. That's too real. Like when I was, grade seven, I was also very much into my trampoline still. I probably would have also jumped for a long time on my trampoline, absolutely vibing. My dad smokes around me all the time, so I guess I had built up tolerance because the first few times I didn't feel anything. Your body, I mean, that and, on a genetic level as well, your body was probably already ready. It was like, yeah, we know this. We know what this thing is. Oh man, first time I was stuck looking at the stars for who knows how long. Oh goodness. It was so amazing. Man, like hearing these first time experiences with you friends just gets like I'm in awe of the first experience I've had, and it was this one where we were at this camp with a bunch of friends and they had this little steel pipe that they would like crunch a bunch of weed in and you would like kind of light it up. And that was the very first way that I ever smoked weed in this like small bathroom with three other guys in the toilet stall with me giving me the weed. So it was like kind of extremely sus, super super duper sus. But this was me as a at the end of my 17-year-old. Like I was almost 18, you know, going towards 18 type of vibe. And I got uber blazed. And I was walking past, like we got kind of got cold because we were gonna go and watch a movie at night at this camping site that we were at. It was like a whole thing. And I'm walking past these teachers and I'm like instantly convinced that they know that I'm high. They know that I'm high, And I'm just like, for some reason, I wave at them. I know that I see them. I see them seeing me seeing them. So I'm like, oh shit, they know I'm high. So I wave at them. And then I walk past them. And I didn't say anything. So I mean, what can you say really at that point? It was a whole experience. I kind of remember being in the movie room almost meditating. I don't even remember what movie we watched. So out of the zone, maybe in the zone I was. And then I kind of fell asleep in the movie room and got woken up by someone. And then remember walking back to the sleeping quarters, and being this kind of like wounding down experience. It was kind of nice. I think I'm okay with putting technology in my body that someone could hack or control. I think I am okay without putting technology in my body that someone could hack or control. I don't know, just feel that is just fear, but who knows? I get where you're coming from, Truth. But realize what your username is, friend. Truth is the light. Light is going to be the truth. No one can control you. No one can control you more than they're already controlling you, dude. Why are you potentially working a job? Why are you wearing clothing? Why do you want a vehicle? Why do you think you should travel the world? Why do you na 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 na? Right? All of these things you could argue is you being controlled. Like we're already in this place where we're being controlled, like in many ways, in so many ways, especially by these devices, especially by our society that we find ourselves in. So I believe, where people are scared of being controlled by these devices, I believe these devices are going to give us more control over ourselves, more than it could ever give other people control over you. So again, to me, love is true, dude, and I'm looking forward to that love more than I'm scared of the fear of separation or someone that is separate from me controlling me. You cannot. People have tried. People have tried. Lilac breasted roller. Lilac breasted roller. Oh goodness, that's a pretty bird. Thank you for going and finding out, Jovan. I knew you would. You did you search the way that I said you would? You found it. I'm happy. Wouldn't it suck to need a pacemaker then? There we go, Gob. That's literally what I'm thinking as well, dude. We already live in a world of implants. Cochlear implants is technology on the outside of your head that goes inside your brain, connects to your auditory nerves, and then you get to hear. So digital to binary, from binary into your brain. Like we have that brain computer interface. Then we have pacemakers, which is literally this like battery bank that has a wire going down your artery into your heart and then sends an impulse, bzz, 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 pumping your heart for you. We already have these brain computer interfaces that work like stents. These have been approved, so it goes in your neck, kind of gets into the base of base of your brain into like an artery, and then it gets opened up and then gets pulled back out, and then gets to interface with your brain in that way. And these things, and we have like deep brain stimulation as well for people that have epilepsy. So literal rods of steel that goes all the way deep into their brains and then sends signals to make sure they don't get epileptic attacks. And these things are working. All of them are crude, extremely crude, but we're already living in a world of brain computer interfaces, and you already are a cyborg. The fact that you have this device, the fact that you know how to use this device, means that you're a cyborg. Like, if you go to compare yourself to all of humanity before you, any human before the human that you are couldn't talk to people on the other side of the planet. Being able to talk to people on the other side of the planet is a very cyborg feature. And you know how to do that because you are a part of that cyborg at this point. Like, we live, electricity is becoming a human right for that reason as well. Like, would you want to live without electricity? And in that way, you could also say you're being controlled by having electricity. Because if someone wanted to ruin your, like, not ruin your life experience, but make your life experience significantly more difficult, they could just switch off your electricity, right? And is that going to be a way to control you? Are you being controlled because that's an option? It's a whole trip. Have a beautiful day, Isaac. Love you, brother Bear. Have a good one, dude. We'll see you again soon. So much love to you. Yeah, control is the scary part. It is the scary part, but it's also illusion because we believe we have control right now, the flying alligator. We believe we have control right now. Like that's the real thing. Truth, the perfect crime. I love your garden view so much, and I'm happy to be sharing it with you, the flying alligator. Thank you. I really like today's scene, especially on the Reddit. Looks very picturesque. Afrikaans people sound like you're speaking backwards. Joy Vive, I love that. Is it only spoken in South Africa? It's only spoken in South Africa, but we have so many people who have left the country to London, to America, and to Australia, where we have communities in those countries that speak Afrikaans as well. Yeah, Portuguese backwards. Major Nanner hitting home. So much love to you, friend. Only got my parents. Only thing I got my parents is depression and anxiety. Oh, that's hilarious, dude. A couple of pilgrims came from Namibia last week. I didn't even know that, flying alligator. Probably a lot more than I've dealt with a number of them. Yeah, well, that's the thing we do, right, Corey? Like, we're melting these old systems, old parts of ourselves away so that we can be something new, be something more. I feel like I fell into weed when I was a little, just like Obelix. Like Asterix and Obelix, and smoking a little bit is always too much. Asterix and Obelix, dude. I like that's a fractal I've forgotten. One I really appreciate, actually. Thank you for sharing that with me. Smoking when you were young, especially back in the day, was always sus. Especially since you don't know what you're getting. If your stuff was laced, synthetic cannabinoids or something. Yeah, I'm happy that I only started smoking when I was a little bit more of an adult. Turning 18 is very much not an adult, but I didn't smoke any sooner than that, and at least I knew what I was smoking was weed. Like, I could see that it was at least good weed. As I guess at that point, I was staying in this private school with like kids who got like BMW X6s for their 16th birthdays. Like I've never been like culture shock, right? Like I came from like a small farmer's town, and living with a bunch of farmers' kids, and there was also like a little mine in this town, and my dad was a mining engineer slash CEO of this mine, and then a bunch of the miners' kids that kind of like was in this area was also going to the school with me, and there was this experience in my life of extreme duality, just in that, right, where there feels like there's some level of separation as well, and that I'm unworthy. And then I went to this school and it completely got flipped on its head again, where, one of my classmates gets a BMW X6 for her birthday. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean you got an X6 for your birthday? And she's like, my dad bought me an X6 for my birthday. And I like on my mind, I'm like, how is that? Is that possible? Can parents do that? And it was at that point that that I realized the difference in worlds. And then to smoke weed with kids like that, smoking extremely powerful weed, I got uber zoinked. It was quite crazy. Look at this one doing amazing. Oh yeah, the susness of it. You're doing amazing. Thank you, dear friend. It's a day-to-day process, but each day that we don't give up is another win. Absolutely, you are so right. Isn't it beautifully said? Thank you. If I'm putting technology in my body, I might as well become a space marine. Here we go. Warhammer 40k. Lore activate. So much stuff. Die Often is here as well, saying, "Hey Melt, sending you love, brother. What is a message you wish you could share with everyone on this planet? Love is true. It really is that simple to me. Is that if you could ask yourself anything, if you could solve the problem of your moment in any way, solve it with the memorandum, with the key of love is true, where if you have this key, this looking hole through which you look that is love is true, everything you see takes on that light. The people you see, the things that they do, the way that you react, you get to act from that place of love being true for yourself and for the other person. Thank you for asking, Diofen. That's a beautiful thing to ask. Hopefully, I'll get better at answering that question because eventually we will have to share a message with the entire planet. You're going to be part of that message, Diofen. Probably smoked a few 2K joints here and there. Who knows? I'm happy that I never had access to 2K. Synthetic cannabinoids never became popular in South Africa because we always had people growing illegally, and a lot. Like we have whole lands, like you see, there's so much stuff that has happened in South Africa. Like at one point, the police would fly helicopters filled with herbicides, and they would fly these herbicide helicopters over people's wheat crops in mountain ranges, just to like kill their wheat plants. Like so much damage, ecological damage has been done by the criminalization of marijuana and the likes. It's kind of brutal. There we go, friends. Thank you for joining me. We are at the end of the comments. What an adventure has been today. It is 34 friends watching. It is 1:34:44 right now on the timer. 42 updates, of course. The meaning of the universe, the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. Uh, right here, right now. Probably some little 2K joins. Card time! Card time! This is the card that happens to find itself below right now. We're gonna shuffle them a little bit, get them all mixed up. Man, I feel some of these cards are still not completely sealed. I think one of my cards broke again, actually. Weirdly enough. Even after sealing it, it split itself. I guess that's bound to happen eventually. Alright. Alright. We're gonna have to keep a finger below. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Have a beautiful day, Jovan. Thank you for joining us, friend. sharing another day, tuning in, to being in tune. God bless you, Melty. I will throw that drawing on the Discord. Have a beautiful night, friend. I'm looking forward to seeing it, friend. Thank you. Thank you for creating this one. Yeah, 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 yeah. Apsaras hands, or as our beloved brother Gob would say, asparagus hands. Asparagus hands. Card number 25. That's that card. That's pretty, right? Look at them hands. Look at them lilies. Yeah, yeah. Gorgeous card. Card number 25. Achievement and completion. Mm. Achievement and completion. Gracious, playful female deities called Apsaras are found sculpted everywhere throughout the great temple complex at Angkor Wat in Cambodia. 9 exaggerated hand movements borrowed from these captivating sculptures complement this image of pink water lilies that fill a pond facing the famous temple. 9 is the number of completion. The achievements of the ancient Khmer cultures are undeniable. That was kind of weird. Yeah, it's just like some kind of random information. 3 circles offer a sense of wholeness as you contemplate the completion of this chapter of your life. You have accomplished much and realized success in the achievements of your purpose. As you approach the conclusion of this phase, honor the work that you've done. Honor the work you have completed and the decisions that have brought you to this moment. It is time now to expand your vision and choose a new path. Each life is filled with beginnings and endings. Even our highest aspirations find completion. Life continues in a manner that is not always predictable, yet, with an attitude of flexibility and a sense of adventure, you will see that new horizons and fresh opportunities are always available. Look to your future with optimism and hope, knowing the magic of new horizons are just around the corner. It is, after all, a full moon, right? A whole new beginning, a circle. And that card is, you know, one solid circle like the moon is right now. Completion. We're completing another chapter, friends. Ceaselessly writing new ones. Flowing, growing into infinity. Separate and then not, separate and then not. Thank you for the original. I appreciate that, Ninja Nanner. Man, my nose is like wrecked for some reason now. Please, histamines, stop it. Stop it, histamines. Where can I get a deck like that? Does the book come with it? It does, Truth. Go and search Sacred Geometry cards for the Visionary Path. It is the wrong side around right now, but Sacred Geometry cards for the Visionary Path by Francine Hart. It's a gorgeous deck of cards. I want to get myself multiple decks of cards, but this is the first one I ever got. Thank you for asking as well, friend. Thank you for giving me the original award. I appreciate it again, friend. Usually, whenever you can buy rocks and crystals, true as well. I think you should be able to find it on Amazon. There it is. Yeah. Unfortunately, Jeff Bezos got us with the convenience factor. Thank you, friends. Love you dearly. Jovan, Shannon. I don't know who's here. Maybe Gob is still here. Isaac is definitely not here. Maybe Gateway Process. Maybe, I think Amanda's also gone, taking her kid to an appointment. Ninja Nanner, Truth. To all of the friends here in this moment right now, we have 44 updates. Thank you for reminding me that love is true. Thank you for showing up with me in the way that you do. Go and share your art with the world too. I love you. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful day, friends. I love you also very dearly, Melt, and all of you amazing friends, as we do you, Shannon. But reflections to what you are. We love you so much. I love you, beloved Joy Vive. Amazon is the devil, but needs must. Yeah, that's the thing. It is temporary as well. And we're also going towards drone deliveries now, which is 80% more efficient than diesel truck delivering your stuff, which is also a hopeful future. We're gonna save this planet. I'm sure. It's just gonna take us some time. I believe in you, Rambler. I believe in you, Joy Vive. I believe in you, Uncle Becky and Aunt B. I believe in you, Corey. I believe in you, Maxine. I believe in you, Shannon and Jovan. I believe in you. I don't know if I want to say your name. Gob doesn't. Gob was like, no. Fine. Gob. I believe in you, Gob. I believe especially in you. I believe in you, friends. Thank you for believing in me, for believing in these moments, for believing in the moon, the art in the moon, right? For projecting all of your good vibes onto the moon and hitting me with those good vibes. Inversely, I don't think that's the right word. By proxy. Yeah. I love you, friends, to bits. Thank you for joining me. I'll be seeing you again very soon, probably tomorrow. Cheers, cheers. Goodbye, everyone. Love you.